All right, it's 8:17 in the morning on Saturday. It's the beginning of our new project. We're going to be building a 2011 Ninja 250R race bike. This is going to be Greg's race bike, or at least it's going to be part Greg's race bike. So we're going up to go get it. It's 3.5 hours away from here. We're going to start this, and we're going to do this on a cheap budget. Cheap for some people, I guess. We're going to start out with buying the Ninja itself for $1,000. And then from there, we're going to tear it down and make it into a race bike. So we're going to give you the whole setup this time. From getting the truck ready to go, which is...
And I'm going to hook up the batteries so that the truck doesn't die like it does all the time.
No. Our truck doesn't die all the time. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but we have our batteries disconnected because we don't drive the truck that often. So we're gonna just go do the batteries, and we gotta run to the bank and go from there. So I don't know if I really need to film this part.
It's recording.
It's recording.
It's recording now.
Okay. So, Gregory, where are we going now?
Back to the house.
Why are we going back to the house? What's missing on the front of the windshield, Greg?
The easy pass. I forgot to put in the truck, but I put the ramps, the tie down, that.
So, how many tolls are we going to be going on a 3-hour trip from New Jersey to Connecticut?
Probably a lot. I can't count because I don't know yet.
So, what would we need on the front windshield?
I always think the truck has it. How many times have I seen it? The truck, I think, has it.
Okay.
So all of our cars have it, and then you yell at me, oh, where's the easy pass?
Okay, so there is no easy pass in the truck,
okay.
right?
I know that for next time.
Okay. So now we have to go back home.
We still have to get fuel, then we have to go and get oil, okay?
Yeah, so now we have to go back home before we get fuel because, see, 3/4 of a tank or in between half and 3/4 will not get us to Connecticut and back, or not even get us to Connecticut probably. So yes, we have to stop for fuel. And yes, it would be good to check the oil on a diesel truck that uses oil in its fuel injectors, which would mean that if it didn't have enough oil, it wouldn't run, right? Okay, so now we're heading back home so that we can fix one more mistake of Greg.
Film me.
No, put it on me.
Okay.
What is this, Greg?
An easy pass.
Alright, we had to drive all the way home for the
and then
easy
for
pass.
you to walk this
Now the easy pass
across the truck there.
Easy pass is now on the window.
Crooked.
Crooked.
It's on their crooked. It's not on their straight, but okay. We leaving? Okay.
Oh, no, now we have to go get fuel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go back in the fuel and keep on yelling.
Alright, we're waiting to get fuel. And we have this Jeep that doesn't know how to pull all the way up, and he's blocking the diesel pump. So, always love guys like this. Should get his license plate, but it's blocked by his tire rack because he doesn't want people getting his license plate because he's a fucking jackass.
Yeah. That's all for now.
went over the George Washington Bridge. And wow, what a fun ride this has been. I don't know if Greg's having fun.
I'm having fun. I don't have to drive.
There you go. Well, we're just about ready to head into, I think, 95 going towards New Haven. So, there we go. Figured we'd just let you know where we are. Anyway, there you go. When you want to build a fast motorcycle, you have to drive really slow to go get it. We've been sitting in traffic for a really long time. Now we're in Connecticut, but it's really, really, really slow. Hopefully, Gregory will not be as slow on this Ninja 250 when we get it. This is really ridiculously slow.
As you can see, we're not lying. Our ramps are still in the back of our truck.
What does ramps have to do with anything?
There's no Ninja 250 there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's still ramps in the back of our truck.
Yeah,
I don't know what that has to do with going slow, but that's Greg's interpretation.
Because you said that we were in Connecticut.
Well, we haven't been able to pick it up yet, but
That
we're
is
going
the traffic.
really slow. Well, anyway, just figured we'd check in. We would do this in a lapse time, but even that would take forever. We're sitting in traffic once again. This has to be the slowest ride I have ever seen. I do believe we're driving at about 1 mile an hour.
No, it's really zero.
Zero. We're doing zero.
Now you're doing.
Now we're doing like 10. This has to be the worst pickup I've ever done. I've picked cars and motorcycles up all over the country. You having fun still?
Yeah.
Still dealing with your deal of the day?
How is this the deal of the day? I think this is a pretty good deal. If you ask me.
Why, it's the deal of the day.
Deal of the day. Okay.
Deal of the day. Mom says the bike's too nice to turn into a race bike though.
Not happening.
So what do we think?
It's still going to be a race bike, no matter what.
Should we rebuild it and just sell it, or should we just build a race bike?
Nope, we're tearing it apart.
And we've gotten the first look at the Ninja 250.
And it's 2,500 miles on it.
Is this your name?
You should be.
Yep.
Released. You signed it?
Alright, so we picked up the Ninja. It's in the truck. Nick was real cool to help us load it. Basically, the bike's battery was dead. We tried to jump it with the truck, and actually, I think we popped the fuse on the ignition, so we'll worry about that when we get home. For the deal we got, who cares? Nick was real cool about it. He was moving up to Canada to be a tattoo artist. Seemed like a really cool tattoo artist. Had some nice tats on himself. We were joking around because he was telling me when he was younger he practiced on himself. So he's now getting those lasered off. But it's in the back of the truck and we're on our way home, so it's pretty cool. And I think Greg's pretty happy about it. What do you think, Greg? You like it?
I like it a lot.
Yeah. Even though it's not running?
I don't care.
We'll get it running?
Yep.
Alright, so pretty cool. Nick was the original owner of it, so that was kind of cool. And Greg sat on it for the first time. He realizes that maybe it's a little bigger than he thought it was going to be, a little heavier than he thought it was going to be, but that's going to be racing, right, dude? So going fast and going a little crazy at 14. Sounds like a good idea, right?
Yep.
All right, man. All right, as usual on any of our project buys, we stop at the Hot Grill in Clifton, New Jersey.
Now I know what city it is.
This place sells 25,000 hot dogs a day. Probably the best place out there. Show them the sign.
Sign.
Show them the sign.
I already showed them that side.
Let's go.
There's our Ninja 250 and our F350 dually.
All right, guys. It's the end of the first day of the Ninja 250 race track bike build. Before we got this bike, my wife said we didn't have any more room for projects, and I basically told her it has to do with space relations. I'm going to show you what space relations in our garage looks like. So we have the KX250 next to the Ninja 250, next to the Corvette, next to the Harley, next to the Ninja ZX10. So, as you can see, we have plenty of room for projects. There's no reason why we couldn't build this bike, and that's why it's here. So, this is first day building the Ninja 250 track race bike. It was a long day. Glad it's over. I think Greg's happy it's here. Just so you know, we had to move a big fat tire bicycle, a couple quads, a couple motorcycles into the shed because Greg put his ZR or his factory wheels in my trailer after putting the ZR1 wheels on, so he's loaded up my trailer as well. And you guys have probably seen my basement with the Harley bicycles and the moped and everything else. So my wife keeps saying she wants a farm. I'm starting to agree with her that we need a pole barn or a shop for Greg's body shop or something, because we're getting really tight in here. Of course, it doesn't help that the Harley's so friggin' big that it doesn't go against the wall that easy.
That was your decision. You wanted that one. You definitely wanted that one.
All right, as usual, YouTube, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed our road trip. And as usual, thumbs up, subscribe. While I have it here, I have to give a shout out to
Moto Bros.
Moto Bros. He's a new upstart YouTube channel. So I'm going to give him a shout out. I guess he deals with motorcycles, and I think he's giving a bike away if I'm not mistaken. So why don't you hit that YouTube channel up and tell all your friends about this one. I think you guys are going to really like this. Hopefully we can put Greg on his 250 and hopefully he won't crash too hard. We're going to send him out to racing school because Mom said that's what he has to do. So we're in the process of figuring out what we're going to do with this thing. I think we're going to order a full pipe for it tonight. I found one on eBay, so I think I'm going to pick that one up, a Two Brothers carbon fiber pipe, full exhaust. I think that'll probably be our first purchase because it was a good price on it. So like I said, guys, as usual, like and subscribe, 2 thumbs up. Like and subscribe. I realized my last video I was wearing the same hat, but this hat is what caused this bike to get here, because we went down to Vintage Bike Week down at Vineland's Motor Speedway. Not Vineland, it's
Millville.
Millville, I'm sorry, Millville's Motorsports Speedway, which was running vintage bikes. So that seemed to cost me $1,000 for the purchase of this bike and probably another $2,000 to build it. So that's why I was wearing the hat. So I don't know what hat I'll be wearing my next time.
No.
That's my motorsports hat. And
Show them the other side.
show me the other side. So this was my motorsports hat. I'm pretty particular about hats I wear. I mean, I have lots of them because I'm bald. and, so